Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to put out just a morning video and I want to try to keep this one under 10 minutes, so we're going to get right into it. And let's start out with the S&P 500. So here's the thing, the market's pretty dead today. Summer trading, the prices are moving around, but it's real grinding action. I'm not seeing a lot of volume. I'm not seeing very impulsive moves. I'm seeing just kind of grinding moves up, grinding moves down. Nothing that's really tradable, I guess. So we just have to read into what's going to happen, what's happening today. Nothing happened really in the morning session. So here's something I think that you need to understand. For the most part, you've got a morning session and an afternoon session. The morning session lasts from, I'm Pacific time, so I start at 6:30, but Eastern time starts from about 9:30 and goes till 11:30, somewhere right in there. And then the afternoon session picks up around 2 Eastern time, goes till 4. And that's really where the action, for the most part, takes place. Everything in between there is just money flows. It's retail traders. It's just grinding action for the most part. So the only time you usually get something that's substantial during that session, the midday session, is when you have some sort of a news catalyst. Right now, we don't have anything, but you can see basically today just holding up. We're just kind of grinding, holding up this 314.20. They dip below it again. That's 4 days in a row that they dip below it, and it has held. So could read that as bullish so far. We'll see what today brings, because you can see right here 314. It's about 314.15, I think, is what I have. Let me make sure I've got my line tracked properly. Yeah, I have it just marked here at 314.20, and you can see on the daily that we've dipped below it several times. So below it here, below it here, below it here, and the buyers just continue to step in and buy the dip. Really, any shallow dip the buyers are buying. So it's just something to take notice of. We have to watch that. And when I read this price action right here, this tells me that it's very possible that they're going to run up and pop the top of this, or try to enter the top of this candle. That doesn't mean that this sell signal is going to be voided out. It just means that there might be some sort of a stop rate price action that runs up here and tries to really shake out any of the shorts that piled in right here due to this clear reversal pattern. So that would be a pop above this 318. Let me go to the hourly here just to be a little bit more exact. That would be a pop. You could say it's 318.99. Possibly you could mark it down here at 318.30, but somewhere right in there, a pop. So, we'll give it the benefit of the doubt and leave it right down here, but maybe a pop up into this range. But I don't expect it to break above the highs up here around 322. And if it does, that voids out this sell signal pattern. So again, trading is all about playing the probabilities and realizing when you're wrong, and then exiting the trade. So if we pop up into here, that doesn't mean we're wrong. That's a potential stop rate. But if it pops up above this candle, then we have to probably realize that we're wrong, at least in the short term, on this sell signal, and look for the next sell signal. Moving on to the Qs. And here, this is what's been holding the market up. It's the triple Qs. There's no weakness here. Everybody's piling in. This is probably going to be one of the better shorts when it actually plays out, when we get some sort of a sell signal. But we don't have that sell signal right now, so it doesn't make sense to just jump onto a short when momentum is clearly strong and to the upside. So there's nothing to do there. But I think that this will probably play out to be a really good short when the momentum changes and starts to fall off. So we'll watch for that, and I'll try to point that out if I see it. But for now, weekly chart, we're above this trading range. This red line here is this is the bull market bull market resistance line in the tech sector. So here's the 2009. This has been in a bull market for the most part for the entire time, but it has dipped below twice, here and here. And this both times the Federal Reserve basically saved the market. So that tells you the Fed's not, they don't want the market to go down at all, basically. And you get any kind of weakness, the Fed just goes crazy with cash printing. So, of course, fundamentally, maybe you can say that the Fed can stop recessions. I just don't believe that. I think that the Fed can stall recessions. They can stall stocks from going down. They can't stop it. And ultimately, I think, they might have created the blow off top. That's what it looks like it's wanting to do. So maybe Q's continues to run higher, creates this blow off top where it just goes kind of straight up. I'm not going to chase it because I just don't know. And the S&P 500 is weak, even though tech is strong. But what I'll look for is probably to jump on board on the way down. So looking to take the elevator when it comes to my floor. So we're just waiting for a sell signal there. Again, nothing to do. Okay, and the only ones I really typically cover is tech, healthcare, and financials, because those are the only ones that really matter for the stock market. But here's healthcare right in the middle of the range. Nothing to do there. So, don't need to spend any time on that one. Financials. So again, what I said in the last few videos, so if there's gonna be a recovery job, or they're gonna try to save the market, they're gonna do it right here in financials. It wasn't a reason to just get long because this was on a sell signal, but we're getting a kickback rally today. So looks like they're really trying to get this thing to close back above support, probably up here around this 2340, 2350, depending on when it actually gets there. But you can see, it's broke support. They're trying to recover it. Maybe they'll succeed. We'll see. Walmart, not looking good on Walmart. My short trade, what? I decided, honestly, we'll have to see how the rest of the day plays out. But the thing is, if it closes up here, if it closes above resistance, and if I go to the daily, which is all the way, this is your support right now, 120. It's about 126. So if we get a close above that, and especially if there's a close above this gap, which is where I entered the trade, then I'm gonna close the trade out. So, small loss. I made some profit I took some profit on the way down at this level down here, but ultimately it's kind of a wash trade for me. So that's how it goes, But not all trades work out, but not a big deal if you just take a trade for zero gains and just call it a draw. Yeah, we'll live to fight another day. Here's a stock I haven't talked about for a while. I'm always interested in this one because it's been beaten up quite a bit, and this is a potentially good long-term stock to buy and hold. It is paying I think about a 5% dividend. Let's look at the daily here. So here's what we got going on. You got this big gap right here, and I think at some point this stock's going to fill this gap, and it might want to do it. It might want to do it now. So I'm watching for some momentum to the upside to carry. But here's the thing: we've got support right here at 3150, and you can see that back here on the daily chart. You had it right over here. It held support. Then we broke down right there, and then as it popped up, it held resistance right there. And then it briefly overshot it, but that ended up being a false breakout, and then impulsive move down. So because you briefly overshot it, and then that was followed by a big impulsive sell-off, that verifies that level. That was a bull trap. And so when you see bull traps around levels, it just helps to verify the level. Here again, popped it, sold off again, and now we're up there again, kind of rocketing. So here's the thing, 3150, you could buy this stock at 3150, and in fact we're pretty close, it's at 32. If I go to the hourly here, you can see today they were below it and ramped it right up above it. So it's got some support right here. Now if I zoom out to the daily, and we're over 10 minutes, so gonna have to wrap it up here. But you can see that if we could have a inverse head and shoulders thing playing out, where this is maybe a shoulder, here's your head, and we have to make another shoulder, so that would mean there's another big sell-off coming, maybe down to $25 or so, and then it would start to move higher and break the neckline, and the neckline's about right here at 33.65. But if we don't get that, and let's say we just move above this 33.65 and start to break out and move above that level, then and a close, you're looking for daily closes, so not just an intraday thing, but if it closes above that level, that might set this stock up to run up and fill this gap, which first target on that trade, if you were going to take that trade, would be about $42, and then the second target would be 47.80 basically. And that might take a while to play out. So you'll be collecting the dividend the entire time and letting this thing appreciate higher. So again, it's just a possible trade right there. And one final thing, we'll look at Redfin. So this is the post that I put out earlier in the week and said, look, and I put it out right here where I said, look, this thing's starting to break support. It should go down. And that's exactly what it did so far. And from that post, it's been down a total of 11%. And so that trade is working out very nicely. Now, I think we got a little bit more to go, down to about 36.72, and then probably get some sort of a bounce around there. So maybe we undercut it slightly, and then recover that and bounce a little bit. Who knows? But again, that's an 11% trade, or 11% in, just a few days. It's about 3 days, basically. 4 days, actually. I think I put it out on Monday. So not bad on that one. That one worked out pretty well. And we're looking for just a little bit more, and then we'll start taking some profit. Okay, guys, this is just a morning video. I might put out one at the end of the day if anything crazy happens. Just to summarize the market close for the week. And that's all I got, though, for this one. So thank you. Catch you on the next one.